Welcome back. Here's a quick reminder. This is video 2, and we just talked about the planning paradox, how leaders avoid personal legacy planning despite being brilliant at professional planning. And we covered the core principle. Actions create beliefs. You don't wait to feel ready. You take action, and readiness follows. Now let's get practical. Here's your actual work for week 1. The foundation is your values. We're starting with values, not legal documents, not healthcare proxies, values. And here's why. Every decision you're going to make over the next 5 weeks and every conversation you're going to have needs to be rooted in something solid. Your values are that foundation. When your healthcare proxy is facing a decision about your care, they need more than legal authority. They need to know what matters to you and, what are you willing to trade? What are you not willing to trade? That comes from values. Excuse me. So here's the process. Step 1, you have a list of values in your workbook. Circle 10 to 15 that resonate with you. Don't overthink it. Just circle what feels true. Step 2, narrow those 10 to 15 down to your top 5. This is harder. You're looking for the ones that are non-negotiable. The ones that if you violate them, you're not being yourself. Step 3, for each of those top 5, write what it means in practice for end-of-life planning. Let me give you an example. Let's say one of your core values is independence. What does that mean for end-of-life planning? Maybe it means I want to stay in my home as long as possible, even if that's harder logistically. Or maybe it means I don't want to be kept alive if I can't make my own decisions. See how specific that gets? That's what your healthcare proxy needs to know. Another example, let's say connection is a core value. That might mean I want my family around me, even if it's messy, complicated. Or I want a death doula or chaplain present, someone who can hold space. Your values statement becomes the North Star for every single decision ahead. A common mistake to avoid, don't pick values you think you should have. Pick the ones that are exactly true for you. If you value peace and quiet over big family gatherings, own that. Your end-of-life plan should reflect your values, not someone's expectations. This is your foundation. Take your time with it. Now, we're getting honest about avoidance. Next exercise. What's really stopping me? This is a diagnostic. It's not about shame or judgment. It's about clarity. You're going to look at a list of common obstacles, things like perfectionism, fear of conflict, decision fatigue, control issues. And you're going to identify which one is your primary obstacle. Not all of them, just the main one. Because here's the thing, if you try to address every obstacle at once, you address none of them, right? But if you can name the primary one, okay, my biggest issue is perfectionism. You can work with that. Let me give you the most common patterns I see. Perfectionism, if I can't do this perfectly, I won't start, right? Procrastination is my friend. I run into them everywhere. You're waiting for the right time, the right attorney, the right 3-hour block where you can do everything at once. Control issues. You want to handle everything yourself. The idea of involving other people, even your spouse, even your kids, feels like losing control. Emotional exhaustion. You're already carrying so much. The thought of adding plan for my death to the list is overwhelming. Fear of conflict. You know these conversations might be hard. Someone may push back, so you avoid the whole thing. Which one is yours? Once you identify it, do the next part of the exercise. What's the cost of waiting? Not in a guilt trip way, just honestly. What happens if you wait another year, another 5 years? Maybe your kids have to make decisions without knowing what you wanted. Maybe your spouse has to navigate probate while grieving. Maybe your business transition gets messy. Make it visible, because avoidance has a cost, and that cost usually falls on the people you love. This exercise is just for you right now. You don't have to share it with anyone, but be honest. That brings us to the final piece, your week 1 action commitment. You have a template in your workbook. This is where you write down one specific thing you're committing to do before our live session next week. Not 5 vague intentions, one specific action. Here are some examples of a positive week 1 commitment. I will complete my values work by Thursday evening. I will share my top 5 values with my spouse and tell them why I picked those. I will research 3 estate attorneys in my area and save their contact information. I will tell my kids that I'm doing this program and explain why it matters. Notice how specific those are? That's what we're after. A vague commitment, I'll think about my values. Specific commitment, I'll complete the values exercise by Thursday at 8 p.m. Also, who are you telling? Accountability matters. Tell your spouse, tell a friend, tell someone in this cohort. And when will you follow up? Put it on your calendar. This is how action creates beliefs. You commit, you do it, you notice that it wasn't as hard as you thought. And that shifts everything. Our first live session is next Tuesday, January 13th, 12 midnight GMT in the UK and 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And here's what to bring. You don't need to have everything completed. This is not about performance, but bring your values work, even if it's incomplete. Bring your honest assessment of what is stopping you, and bring questions. That's what this live session is for. It's not a lecture time. It's a practice time. It's let's work through this together time. And if you're stuck on something, bring that too. If something in these videos raised a question, bring that. And if you're realizing that this is harder than you thought, bring that. We're doing this together. You're not alone in the avoidance, and you're not alone in the work ahead. So, see you at our first live session on Tuesday, January 13th, 12 midnight GMT, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Between now and then, remember the power of 3. Values work, diagnostic work, 1 commitment. Remember, actions first, beliefs follow. You're already in motion. Keep going.